It's natural to invest emotionally in those you value deeply, but when that value isn't reciprocated, it can be confusing and painful. Here's a thoughtful approach to navigate and grow through this situation. 1. Acknowledge your feelings, recognize and honor your emotions. It's valid to feel hurt, disappointed, or even angry when someone doesn't value you as much as you value them. Denying these emotions only pushes them down temporarily. So take time to truly sit with how you feel, understand why you value them, reflect on what aspects of this person you find valuable, and consider why these traits or qualities are meaningful to you. This can help you clarify what you value in people and may reveal patterns in your relationships. Point 2. Evaluate the relationship objectively, observe their behavior. Actions often speak louder than words. Take a step back and observe. If they've consistently shown through actions that they don't prioritize you, consider your expectations. Think about whether your expectations were realistic. Sometimes we project our ideals onto people, hoping they'll reciprocate in ways that might not align with who they are or where they are in life. 3. Set boundaries and communicate. Define your boundaries. If this person doesn't value you, consider what boundaries you need to set to protect your emotional well-being. Boundaries can be subtle but still powerful, such as limiting how often you initiate contact or share personal information. Communicate openly if possible. If the relationship is important, consider having an honest conversation. You don't need to be confrontational. Instead, express how you feel and ask questions to understand their perspective. This can clarify if they're aware of the impact of their behavior. Point 4. Focus on self-worth and self-value. Practice self-compassion. Instead of judging yourself or feeling like you're not enough, remind yourself of your inherent worth. The way others treat you doesn't define your value. Invest in self-growth. Sometimes, we're drawn to people who aren't good for us because we're seeking validation. Redirect that energy into areas of your life where you can find fulfillment on your own terms, whether it's through creative outlets, hobbies, career growth, or self-discovery. Point 5. Reframe your perspective on value. Value is mutual, not forced. Realizing that a meaningful connection requires effort and interest on both sides can be empowering. Relationships flourish when there is mutual respect, appreciation, and support, and it's okay if not everyone can offer that. See it as a lesson, not a loss. Each interaction in life, even painful ones, teaches us something valuable about ourselves and others. Viewing this experience as a lesson rather than a loss can help shift your perspective. Point 6. Redirect your energy toward those who value you. Prioritize mutual relationships. Start putting more energy into people who have consistently shown care, love, and appreciation for you. Building and nurturing these relationships will be rewarding and affirming. Recognize your value. Surrounding yourself with people who value you will reinforce your own sense of worth and make it easier to let go of those who don't reciprocate. Point 7. Consider letting go. If necessary, decide if it's time to move on. If this person's lack of appreciation is harming you or hindering your growth, it might be best to gradually let them go. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting them out, but instead emotionally detaching from expectations. Let go with grace. If you choose to move on, do so with gratitude for the memories or lessons learned. Holding on to resentment only binds you to negative energy. Instead, aim to let go with a sense of peace. Point 8. Look toward the future. Define what you want in future relationships. Use this experience to gain clarity on what you want and don't want in your connections. Knowing your worth will help you be more discerning in future relationships. Embrace people who align with your values. Over time, you'll naturally attract and recognize people who respect, value, and uplift you, which will create more balanced, fulfilling connections. Above all, remember that your worth is not dependent on how others see you. By learning from this experience and focusing on nurturing relationships where mutual value exists, you'll strengthen your inner resilience and attract more genuine, rewarding connections.